Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a little Christmas in July tour with you guys. This is my lake house that I built in my Sims town, and I built it several months ago, and I just came in after we had the produce event. There was a few items that we got that I kind of wanted to tweak this build a little, but as I'm talking I'll span around the property. But I've recently kind of just gone in and added a few more things, and so I decided that I would do a video and show you guys. So yes, this is my Christmas or holiday house in my Sims town. I've used the black roofing and this red brick. I loved how the red brick popped against the white. Of course, I do have the snow machine going, and so that's why it is snowing currently. But even the property itself is lined with snow, and it's meant to be a Christmas property. So I definitely wanted to have the snow action going, but I just thought it was so pretty with that red. And I don't have any homes in my Sims town with that red brick, and so I just wanted to do something a little bit different. Of course, I have used all of the heritage windows and doors that came with the lake house, the live event that we had, those beautiful bay windows. You can see I've just put some of the Christmas little what are those, the little furs, and then of course just the hedges, the reindeer, and I did use the door that had the Christmas wreath on it. You can see the little Christmas candles already in the window. That's kind of giving that away. But there on the outside of the property, there is a hot tub area. So when you come in from the lake and you're cold, you can, get in the hot tub and warm up. There are 2 guest suites. This property is actually an old manor, but it has been renovated into just a guest house on the lake. Miss Alice, you'll see her later on. She is the owner of the property, and so anyway, these guest suites upstairs have their own private balcony that overlook the lake. And over here, I've just added one of those stone benches, just so when they're coming in from maybe ice skating or, whatever, they can sit down, put their ice skates on, take their ice skates off, things like that, or just sit and enjoy the lake. And I've added one of the holly trees, a little snowman, and of course this would be the second, private balcony of the guest suite there. And so let's go down and take a look at the house. As you come into, let me get the walls right. Well, I still didn't do it right, did I? As you come in through the front door, you come into a foyer area, and it just has a couple of those wingback chairs with artwork on the wall and a vase of flowers. And over on this side, there are just more, pictures, things on the wall, and some knickknacks on a little table there. And so as you come through this doorway, it leads you into the living room. It's the largest room in the house, of course. It's a very grand room. The vocal point of the house, and the vocal point, of course, of this room would be the Christmas tree. Again, it is, Christmas time, holiday time, here, and so that house is, this house represents, my seasonal Christmas event. And so I did add a few nods, though, to other celebrations during the holiday season. Of course, there's the menorah for celebrating the Jewish holiday, and there is also I think this is a Kanara. I'm not sure, but in celebrating Kwanzaa. And I just thought they were really pretty and lit up. And of course, I've added, some little candles and things. The furniture in here would, be antiqued furniture. I did use the Lake House sofa and chairs that we got. This little decoration here, I would imagine to have like a map of the lake. So if, guests were going out boating or whatever, they would know, what direction they would want to travel to get to, whatever area of the lake that they're wanting to go. It does have the fireplace and, of course, a television. So guests could, watch TV, watch the news, maybe catch the weather forecast. And so, yeah, of course, there's the grandfather clock. I love that clock. And so that is an overview of the living room. And so we will briefly, let's go this way. Through this hall, you can, of course, go outside to the hot tub area, or through these double doors here, would just be the office. And I kept it pretty simple, and just used that new armoire with one of the boats as a decoration there. It has a beautiful view of the lake through that bay window. Of course, the computer and the printer and, all that she can check, the reservations that her guests have, went online and requested. And there's just a table and with some books and a chair. Immediately across from that is a door that leads downstairs to the basement. And my basement, guys, is literally craft table, so I'm not going to take you down there. If you wanted to build this house for yourself, you could do so much with the basement, but mine is a crafting basement. So through these double doors is the master bedroom, and you can see Miss Alice has her her little place to get ready in the morning with her little table and stool, and she has the bed from, this is actually the lake house bed. There is a fireplace in here. It's another little place to sit and relax and read. And then I've chose that armoire that I thought that teal color matched the bed pretty. And there is a door that goes outside, of course, her own private entrance out there. And through these double doors is the bathroom and walk-in closet. So she has her double sink there and her walk-in closet there. And then through this door, you can see there's just a towel rack on the wall and things. But this is the wet, bath part. It would have her tub and the toilet and shower. And, of course, it has a window out to the property as well. And so we will come back through the living room, and both of these doors lead you into the kitchen dining area. And of course there's Miss Alice, and she is busy baking away for her guest. And there's a small TV in here where she could, listen to the weather forecast, keep her guests informed. There are some cookies and milk that she has made for the children that are will be, guests here over the weekend. They will be away from home this Christmas, so she wanted to make sure that they felt right at home and had their cookies for Santa. And I used the Heritage cabinets. I wish we had upper cabinets. Maybe that's something that since FreePlay will give us eventually. I do love them. I think the cream is my favorite. Of course, that is what I've used here. And she just has, all of her little knickknacks and things that she would need. She does have a cat, and so there is his food bowl by this. This was one of the additions I just recently made. After the produce event, I added that, cute little furnace. And this side is the dining room, and it does have that beautiful bay window that overlooks the pier and the lake. There's sconces on either side of the window with some candles in the window. I believe this are the Thanksgiving tables, but we didn't have, I wanted to use the heritage chairs. I really liked the color, but I really wanted a grander, bigger table. And so I just put two of these Thanksgiving tables together and just imagined them to be one long, big, grand dining table. But there is a picture of reindeer on the wall, two of the Christmas wreaths, and then, of course, out these double doors is the side entrance of the property, or one of the side entrances. You will see there are a few. And so as we come down this hallway, this room to the left is the pantry. And I had, I think, the cafe shelves with the bread and the coffee and stuff, but after we did the produce event, I've put the produce event items in here. I just thought they went better, and they matched the purpose of what this room was for. So you can see she has all of her canned goods and things, and then it has its own door outside that leads out to the barbecue area and the back door of the property. And since we're out here, we can't really do anything with the actual garage itself, but I did put the trash can on the outside of the door there, the yard tools with the snow shovel and things there on the wall. And so we'll go back, and here's the pantry. So right across from the pantry is just another restroom, and it's a 3-piece bath with a shower and a sink and toilet. And when you keep going down this hallway, you come into the mudroom, laundry room area, and it has, washer and dryer, and has the vacuum cleaners kept here. It does have its own private entrance, of course, from outside, from the garage. Has, all the cabinets and the sink for doing, washing up. There's a place to hang wet clothes if you've come inside and your clothes are wet, or if you have delicates that you don't want dried. There's an ironing board, water heater, and a little place to hang scarves and things, take boots off, place to hang coats. And there's also another entrance to the mudroom from this side. So if you're coming in from the lake, you can come into the mudroom from this door, and you don't have to go, all the way around to the back of the house. So that is a view of the downstairs. So we will go back across the living room into this little cubby hole, and it just houses the staircase. And so when you come up to a landing area, and there's just some pictures above the staircase there, a little table with a lamp there in the corner, just plants, some cozy little chairs with blankets for guests to sit and relax, read a book, listen to a podcast, and a little place to hang coats and things. And then I put this little table, or a little desk here rather, so guests could, maybe write letters, or, send postcards, back, telling all about their adventures. I don't know if people even do that anymore. I remember doing that when I was a little girl. It's kind of sad that we don't do that. We don't really do much snail mail these days. But anyway, it's just a nice, place for guests to sit and, handle any business that they might have of their own. And then through these double doors is the first of the guest suites. There are 2 guest suites upstairs. And it's just, the bed with the chest of drawers, some artwork, very simple. I did add one of the furnaces, and the closet is there. and through the little door over here is the ensuite bath, and it has everything, shower, tub, sink, toilet. It has a view of the lake. And then, of course, through those double doors, they have their private balcony. And so we would come back out through the landing, and there is a small little hall here that has just a table with some candles and a plant. You can see outside. Straight through that hallway would be the music room, and there is a bay window, of course, out to the lake. There's just some seating, a piano, so whoever is, playing, they could come in here and, sit and sing Christmas carols and just enjoy some time together. I did add one of those furnaces. Again, this would be a very older estate. You would have to imagine that it would get, pretty chilled, especially in the wintertime. So you would need a lot of heating sources to keep it nice and toasty. Now, directly through this doorway, you come into the bridge landing crossing that overlooks the foyer. And you can see here, the foyer is double height room, but it also overlooks the living room. And so you can see the Christmas tree. You can also see into the kitchen somewhat, but you can see those that are sitting downstairs. So yeah, it's just a nice double height room that really is just a grand, beautiful view. And so I really wanted to have that effect. Especially since it, was a lake house, and you have those gorgeous views of the lake all around, no matter where you are. And so it's very open and airy. I didn't want it to be too closed off. And then you keep coming down this hallway. Of course, there's a window to that side of the property, but through this doorway would lead you into the library or reading room, and I've just added one of those newer bookcases. There's more wingback chairs with window that has the view of the pier and the lake, that big bay window. And of course there's Christmas candles in the window. You saw those from outside. I did add one of those furnaces. Of course there's a window out to the property there. I tried to make all the rooms, very very open to the lake view so that they could see, the surrounding properties. And then there's just a little recliner there, some books on the floor. Maybe they were reading and didn't put up. But that is the reading room. And directly across, you keep going down this little hall, and you come to the left here is just the upstairs bath, guest bath. Of course, the guest suites have their own bath, but I still wanted to put a bath up here. Somebody's, up here, and, they need to use the restroom and didn't want to go into one of the guest suites. So it is just, full bath, the shower tub, sink, toilet. And then these doors here lead into the second of the guest suites, and it is the matching bed and items from the other room, except this one is gray instead of pink, but it has all the same furnishings and things as the first guest suite. And there's the furnace, and then of course there is the double doors for its private balcony. And then the closet is through this door, and then through this door here is their ensuite. And those are all the farmhouse bathroom fixtures. that are all throughout this house. I try to keep those uniform. And so, yeah, I think that is all the rooms. And so, span back out here. I absolutely love this property. It is on a large plot. And let me go to the furniture placement mode so you can kind of see how I have lined everything, or set everything out. And we'll go to build mode real quick so you can see the size of the rooms and things upstairs. And I'll actually, honestly, when I started building this house, I really started with this big living room. I just kind of figured out where I wanted my front entrance to be, to be at. And I started with my foyer and my living room, and I just kind of went from there. And so that is kind of how I got started. And so we will go down to, we'll stay on build mode real quickly, and you can see that I started within one square. Like, I started on that very first square with the plants and things, and then the room started next. So it definitely, this house, on the plot it's the length, but it's definitely a wide, of course it's turned sideways on the property, so the width of the house is massive, and it takes up, I want to say, the whole lot within a square or two. And we will see, there's like 3 squares left, that on this end, and one, so it pretty much took up the whole space. So let me go to furniture placement mode. Let me back up here, and you can kind of see how everything is put in the rooms there. And if I'm going a little too fast, you'll just, you can pause the video and just kind of look, because it is, like I said, it's a very big build. It's kind of hard to get everything in there. I typically don't do a lot of big builds. I like the smaller builds just for my personal preference, because I'm just not somebody that lives in a huge grand mansion in real life, and I'm not sure that I would ever want to. I definitely wouldn't want to do all the cleaning and that all comes along with it. But I do think they're absolutely gorgeous and beautiful once they're built. And for this particular purpose of having, this grand lake property, I mean, how could you not have a large grand estate overlooking it? And so anyway, that is the build. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I've kind of rambled on quite a bit, but I just wanted to make sure I kind of went over everything. These larger builds do definitely take up a little bit more time and make for longer videos, so I do apologize for that. But if you have stuck with me and you are still here, I thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I will definitely have more Sims free play videos coming up. Thanks, guys.